Can you believe Scream is now 20 years old?
I can't and I can.
I can't.
We're negotiating number 5 right now.
No, really? We've been hearing rumors, and I'm just like...
Yeah, they came to me a month ago, so we're having the conversation.
Neve, how are you?
Okay, thank you. How are you?
Oh, just taking it day by day. How are you and the family holding up during this quarantine?
We're doing okay. We're managing. It's a very different world for all of us, and day by day.
I mean, we just have to make the most of this situation, because it is tough on everybody during this time right now. So hopefully we can get through this together.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Absolutely. I think it's just a matter of being diligent, being safe, being conscious, having empathy for others, being thoughtful of others, and keeping a positive attitude as much as you can, right?
Right, absolutely. Congratulations on your brand new movie. I want to talk to you a little bit about that, which is great, Castle in the Ground. Tell us a little bit about this film.
Well, it's directed by a wonderful guy named Joey Klein. It's a drama about the opioid crisis. Obviously somewhat a heavy topic, but an important topic. It's about a young man, Alex Wolff plays a young man named Henry, who is taking care of me, his mother, who she has cancer, and it's how he slowly slips into an addiction.
Which is such a very real, unfortunate situation. Have you had anyone close to you, any personal experience where you've had to be there for somebody who might have been going through a hard time?
I have had addiction around me, and I've tried to come to these people with lots of empathy and understanding, and tried to help in the best way, or find them help in the best ways that I can.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Very
heavy.
But it's something that needs to be talked about.
It really does. I think there was apprehension because of this time of, the time of the release of the film. But to be honest, this film is about having empathy for people who are struggling and who are living in fear and living in an epidemic or pandemic. And, I think it's timely in that way.
Now, was the film shot in Canada as well?
We shot in Sudbury, Ontario, which is where the film takes place. Sudbury is a small town in Canada. A lot of small towns are getting hit with this epidemic. I think that was why Joey wanted to place it there.
For sure. Now, you are Canadian.
I am, yeah.
How was it? Were you able to go spend some time with your family while you were shooting?
Canada is so vast that although Sudbury is in Ontario, it's still a 5-hour drive from Toronto, where my dad and my family are. My younger brother happened to be coming up to Sudbury with a snowmobile that weekend. So we went on a 10-hour snowmobile ride, which was a lot of fun, and completely unexpected. And it was a way to sort of get out and be with my brother, which was a lot of fun.
Do you have any memories while living in Canada? And for someone who's never been, like myself, and you're just like, if you have an opportunity to get here, this is what you need to do. Some of my best memories happened here.
I think one of the wonderful things about growing up in Canada is we're so much about nature. I mean, certainly in Ontario, there's the cottage culture where, yes, you live in the city and you work in the city, but pretty much you work in the city in order to spend your weekends out in nature at the cottage and be with friends be with family. And that was a wonderful way to grow up. We also, my dad used to take us we'd go canoeing for weeks in the Algonquin National Parks and not see any civilization. Some of the most magical times in my life. I'm a good camper.
I really love your journey because you did it the way you wanted to do it. At the height of your career, you decided, hey, I'm going to London and I'm going to go do theater. I just love that. I think that's so beautiful when you're able to control what you want to do. Were you nervous, scared at all to make such a huge leap?
Of course I was, but I think I'd gotten to that place where I was just, I was so busy in my 20s. Yes. It was magical. I was so blessed. I was so lucky, but I worked so hard. I mean, just insane hours and insane days and without any breaks. And it really took over my life, and I realized I didn't really have a life of my own. I just started to feel as though I didn't have perspective on what I wanted and the things that I cared about. It was more about what everybody else cared about. I learned so much. I learned more about my art. I learned more about life. I learned more about other cultures than I ever have.
When you're confident in what you do and you love what you do, you're just, hey, I'm gonna do what's best for that. even if it's not popular, even if somebody else might not do that. I love it.
So where are you?
Your front porch.
Can you believe Scream is now 20 years old?
I can't and I can. We're negotiating number 5 right now.
No, really?
Yes,
Oh, we've been
yes.
hearing rumors, and I'm just like,
yeah, they came to me a month ago, so we're having the conversation. But you know, at this time, it's a little challenging because who knows when people are getting back to work. But it could be great if we can all come to agreement on what it should be. It could be great.
And were you able to keep in touch with your co-stars throughout the years and build great relationships?
Absolutely. You know, we had such a magical experience together, all of us. It was such an important time, all of those films. So yeah, we've stayed in touch, and we love seeing each other, and we love reminiscing, and you know, those guys are all really talented. And there's so many stars that came out of those films too. You know, if you look at each one, there's so many people who weren't necessarily names yet, but came in and did cameos here and there and are huge. Now it's kind of a who's who when you watch the films, which is fun. It's a lot of fun.
What else can we expect from you? I feel like we just have so much to take from you. Like, okay, what else? What else is next? Any other projects you're working on?
So Castle on the Ground obviously coming out now. I did another film called Clouds, a really wonderful film about a young man named Zach Sobiek who was diagnosed with a cancer when he was 14 years old, and he wrote a song a couple of years after that went viral and became this massive hit because it was called Clouds, the song. It was so inspiring, and it's about how to go into death in a positive manner and sort of owning it, and to have that message come from a teenager touched millions and millions and millions of people around the world now. And I play his mother, and it's about his story. So that should be coming out.
Oh, you're busy. You're busy.
Yeah, so there's stuff. It's just how we all get back to work. I don't know how our industry yet is going to get back to work. They'll figure it out, but it's going to take some time.
But we will get through this.
Yes, we will. We will all get through this. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Neve, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Please say hi to your family and stay healthy during these times. And I'm just glad to see you on this journey. Really, really happy for you. Now that was one of my favorite interviews. What did you think? Like, comment, and subscribe to the Stoop channel so that you never miss out on the latest celebrity interview.